is being shared. Can't really, I didn't do that before I started the broadcast. I'm an idiot. Oh, cool. What's going on, you guys? It's your boy, Coca-Cola. No, I'm just kidding with that bullshit. You all know I'm Pepsi. I hope everyone is having a peptastic Wednesday night. But tonight, we're doing one more stream. And it is because of the fact that earlier today, there was talk about Spider-Man 2018 being Game of the Year. Now, here with me to talk about this is Mighty One, Chozo, and Carlos. Yo, yo. Yo, yo. So, I was thinking about it and I was like, there are 3 games that could be up in that category. Red Dead Redemption, God of War, and Spider-Man. Now, all of us have played at least one or the other. So, we're going to debate, and then y'all decide. So, Mighty One, what did you think of God of War?
I thought it was great. I've played Spider-Man. I thought God of War was excellent. Just because everyone thought at the launch it was just going to be hot garbage. Everyone thought, oh, they're gonna ruin the franchise. Then at launch, it gets 10 out of 10s, 9 out of 10s, 9.9 out of 10s. It just blows through people's roofs. That's why I think it should be Game of the Year.
Did you, what did you think of the story?
I thought it was pretty good.
And the visuals?
It actually, I thought they were good. Personally, I think Spider-Man looked a bit better at some points, but God of War overall just like blew my mind.
And what would you rate God of War? From 1 to 10?
I would give it a 9.7 out of 10. The reason why mine is 0.3 points is every time I played it, it kind of makes my PlayStation sound like a vacuum cleaner.
Yeah, that's how I am with Spider-Man and that, but more so God of War. Like, I'd be at the menu, like, chopping that wood, and it was like my PlayStation was actually doing the body work lift of that freaking axe, like whoosh, 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 like what the fuck. Okay, Carlos, you played God of War. What did you think?
The story is phenomenal. Like, I love how it's just Kratos and his son and the trying to just, you know, do right by their mother and throwing their ashes in their home. So, like, it's really sweet. And it kind of adds to the combat where it's like, you know, you're killing people and you get mad, but it's like, it's all for like, you know, protecting your son and for, you know, your mother. Not your mother, your wife.
Yeah. So you liked the story, you thought it was really good. What did you think of it visually?
Oh, man.
It was beautiful. There were like, especially what was that room where you went in and you could like go to different realms. That room was really good. And then I forgot, I think it was Helheim. That looked really good. It was
yeah.
And the enemy design, they looked fucking disgusting. And they looked.
Let me ask you something. Y'all two played. Could you travel to Asgard or anything like that?
No, you couldn't.
That's the one thing, but I feel like it makes sense because, you know, it's like
in the next game, apparently that's where the heroes are. That's where they're gonna be going, because at the end scene, spoilers by the way, if you haven't played God of War yet, at the end scene, if you return to the house after the story, Thor shows up, and then the game cuts to black, and then the credits roll, and then it goes back to normal gameplay, and that's basically where the second game is gonna continue off.
Yeah. Alrighty, guys. So what would you rate God of War then?
Probably a 9. But can I say
God.
something else about like the skill tree? Like I thought the skill tree was really good. Like the abilities. I thought I liked how like they made it so you can hold the axe and then you. I love throwing the axe. That was actually really cool. I felt like Thor, but I wasn't Thor.
Yeah,
You were Kratos.
Yeah, I Well, real quick, did either of y'all have any actual legit problems with the game? Anything that could have been better?
There were some points where my frames like randomly just dropped, but that was like only twice.
I had none of that.
That was that literally just that was it. That only happened twice.
Yeah.
Like if you honestly
get up,
yeah.
Charlie. Charlie,
this
get
isn't
up.
a review on PS Pro.
Wait, what? Yeah.
He was saying that he didn't have that problem because he had a PS Pro. It's like this isn't a review of PS Pro.
I know, I'm just saying.
This isn't a review of Chozo's smart mouth.
If someone's
Call
watching
out.
this,
It should be,
and they have
though.
a PS4 Pro, if someone's watching this have a PS4 Pro, just so they know, those problems aren't really on the PS4 Pro. Like, just so
Get
they know.
1 terabyte of data and no lagging games with the PS4 Pro.
Alright, my review on it. I did not finish the story, but I was pretty dang close. And here we go, I'm skinning a turkey. Happy Thanksgiving, everybody!
You should know by the more popular holiday, it's Merry Christmas.
Actually, it's Happy Freaking Holidays! For all of them liberals. No, uh-oh, I'm gonna get a lot of hate mail now. Pepsi turned heel
I can feel
on
the
the
subs
liberals,
leaving!
on the Democrats! He turned heel! The snowflakes are coming! No, actually I'm neither or, but usually those people are the ones that say happy holidays. Anyway, sidetracked. Let's stop before I lose some subs. I thought the story that I did play was good. It was interesting. It was different. I never played any of the other games. I watched gameplay. I played a little bit of 3, so I actually have to take that back. But I didn't actually beat any of the story. So, visually, and the point where I think I fell in love with the visuals of the game was the very beginning, the fight with Boulder. That was so different. I felt like I was watching a freaking movie, and I kept forgetting to fight. I kept forgetting to fight with the controller. I was just watching, and I was like, oh yeah, I gotta fight back. I gotta punch. And so visually, I really thought it was good. Now, visually compared to Spiderman, in my opinion. Or I'll just wait.
Before we move on to Spider-Man,
what?
I've never had a chance to play the God of War games, but from what I've seen, it looks like a really great game, and it's something I would like to get my hands on.
Yeah.
Yeah, you should.
Well, I'd like to get my hands on Alexis Texas, but I don't see Santa Claus bringing me that. So anyway,
Oh my God, Pepsi.
Anyway. No, you can't.
On a less perverted note.
Yeah. Your Uncle Pepsi does not recommend you look that up on any device. Anyway.
Demonetized.
Yep, I think I was demonetized 5 minutes in. Anyway, we're gonna go ahead and go to Spider-Man. So, Chozo, what did you think of Spider-Man visually?
Well, I'm currently playing it right now, and the visuals, honestly, to me, are absolutely amazing.
Remember back before when the game came out and they changed like the tiniest thing of like a puddle, and everyone thought they were reducing like the frames and the 4K by like a lot, and everyone freaked out, even though it really was like a minor difference.
Puddle bit.
They changed the puddle.
I mean my puddle.
How dare they mess with my favorite puddle?
I know.
Basically.
The crime! That you do that in Red Dead, you get a wanted level.
I am very offended.
Whoa, what was that? What was that? That's a squirrel! Squirrel! Where's the squirrel? I gotta get the squirrel.
Ooh, dog.
I know this isn't a review on squirrels, or the fact that I can't chase down a squirrel. What did you think of it story-wise, Chozo?
Remember, Pepsi, Markiplier, king of the squirrels.
Exactly. What do you think? What did you think visually, or not visually, story-wise? Ooh, I think I got it.
I honestly love the story of this game. It's an older
Oh,
Peter
rabbit.
Parker,
Yeah.
and it shows him trying to live on his own on top of dealing with all of the problems of Spider-Man.
Yeah.
And it shows the future of his life.
Yeah,
mainly
I like...
more than anything we've seen outside of the comics.
Yeah, older Spider-Man where he's like out of college or like in college and he actually has responsibilities. I like the more Spider-Mans that are like, oh, I'm in high school, and if I do something... Personally, that's why I don't like Homecoming, because personally, when he does something, there isn't really like a consequence to it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
it's
why I love
more just,
Spider-Man
oh, I
2.
can do whatever I want, because I'm Spider-Man. And I just have to
Well,
keep
he
the
still
story going.
has to face consequences.
Yeah.
Well, that's what he likes.
Just-
about
I got bit by a
Spider-Man.
snake, I think.
Yeah, that's what I like about the Spider-Man game. I like, Carl, so I hope this isn't too big of a spoiler. If you want to just mute me for this, it isn't that big. But basically, when he can't pay for his apartment, and when literally at the beginning of the game
And he
where
gets
he has to
evicted.
choose, yeah, and literally later in the game he gets evicted from his apartment. There's an entire mission where we have to go scavenge for all his like previous stuff in like a junkyard. Like
He has
that's
to chase after all of his evicted items to get the certain chip he has with all of his spider inventions.
exactly like because there was actually a consequence instead of just, oh yeah, let's just completely skip over that.
Yeah.
Wait, so, Chosa, would you think it's kind of like similar, like, kind of Spider-Man 2? With the situations Peter Parker...
Not exactly. It might be a little similar, but executed a whole lot better.
Sounds great. I haven't even played it, so... excited.
Like, it shows a lot better execution than those Spider-Man movies, and I honestly like that about it. And don't get me wrong, I loved Homecoming. I love Tom Holland as Spider-Man.
I personally liked all the Spider-Man movies.
But we do all have to agree on this. Spider-Man 3 was horrible.
No, I can't. I
hate the way Venom was portrayed.
Okay, I can agree with that. I liked it when he looked like Venom, but and I liked the actor that played him. I just didn't like the way that they had him portrayed. That was all.
I didn't even like the way he looked. I feel like the whole Venom thing, but I feel like the main movie
I didn't
was
like a very slim Venom.
I feel like what they should did is, and this is I'm gonna just be real quick. I feel like just get rid of Venom, keep the symbiote.
Keep Sandman and
keep the symbiote,
Spider-Man.
but don't put Venom in. Keep the symbiote. Have like Spider-Man take out the symbiote, and then just have no Venom. That'd been way better because I like the symbiote being in there because it adds more tension. I feel like it's a great part of it. That's just me though.
The new Venom movie from Sony portrayed Venom a lot better than the Spider-Man 3 movie did.
I haven't seen Venom yet. I probably should see that.
It's
I
really
haven't
good.
either. But this isn't a review on Venom. If it was, well then somebody else should be here.
Everyone go see Bohemian Rhapsody. That movie was good too.
I wasn't particularly interested. I mean, I love Queen. I love their music, but I wasn't too interested in the movie.
Don't listen to okay. I know I'm kind of going off a tangent, but don't listen to the reviews about how it doesn't focus on the entire band. Because the thing is though about the band, it isn't really like in the band there wasn't really anything special about their lives besides like they were all amazing like talenters, but we're like during the band they all just did like normal lives like wives and kids and stuff.
Ooh, what is that? Okay. So anyway, before we get way too off topic, which is kind of where we're going, and that's fine. You know, these discussions go into a bit more than saying Spider-Man's good. So, so what would you rate Spider-Man?
I would give it a 8.5 out of 10.
So we got a 9.7 and a solid 9 and an 8. What?
I'm not entirely sure how ratings go. I'm not sure what's considered low or bad. I don't really pay attention to ratings.
1 out of
But
10. 10 being good, the best. Like. incredible.
I know that,
10,
but
10,
I just got
10
told
means-
that what I give is really low.
10 doesn't mean that it is a perfect. It means that it's really good and must-have pretty much. 9 means that it's like a must-have, but isn't like you know, like me.
Oh. Well,
But
I'm gonna have to
still,
rethink my
really
rating. Give me a minute, and I'll get back to you.
It's like 10. Just make sure like that doesn't mean it's a masterpiece. Just means it's just really good. Like kind of like.
Then
top
I'd
10
give it a 10
favorite games.
because I honestly really love this
Yeah.
game.
Okay, so
Yeah. Okay.
what I think visually about God of War was it was incredible. I loved it visually. Like I said, the boulder scene was where I fell in love with the way it looked. Oh my god, look at this. I'm gonna go straight to the visuals with Red Dead real quick and just say, look at this. This is why listen to that. Look at that. Thor's over there. Alright, crossover with freaking God of War and Avengers. Like, there it is. It's right there. You see that sky, that thunder? That is proof that this is a crossover with those games and the movies. It's insane. Confirmed here by Pepsi. There you go.
Creepy.
Very creepy. Like your face.
Shut up. Shut up.
Shut up.
It's just like Thursday.
This feels like... Oh, crap! That looks like a freaking tornado! Are there tornadoes in this game?
Just cause
Pepsi
Just
tells us to get back
Cause 4.
on track. 2 seconds later, he's the one off track.
Tornadoes!
Welcome to Just Cause 4.
Welcome to Just Cause 4. No, what I was gonna say is, visually, Red Dead, beautiful.
My name's Chozo. Welcome to Jackass.
God of War, visually, awesome. Love it. It's visually, visually one of the best games. And, my favorite game being The Last of Us because of its visual story and gameplay. And that's my #1 favorite game. God of War looked better than that visually. So if I had to pick probably my favorite visual game, it'd probably be between God of War and Red Dead. Story-wise, I didn't get that far, but I was really intrigued with everything, and I thought the story was almost great. I feel like if I would have finished it, I would have thought the story was great. Now, if I had to rate God of War, I would probably say, because I would get it on disc because it has, no real replay value, in my opinion, I would probably rate it a 7.5. Because, it's definitely a game I would buy no matter what. I just buy it on disc. Spiderman has a little bit of replay value, in my opinion, but I would have bought it on disc as well, if I would have known. Story, I love the story. I haven't finished it. The fighting is good. The story could be a little bit longer, but story-wise, I think it's one of the best Spider-Man stories, and it is so different than some of the other stories we get, like in the movies and in the comics, like Chozo was saying, But when it comes down to what the visuals look like, I thought it looked really good, but there were sometimes where I was like, oh, is this Amazing Spider-Man 2? I don't know. Just a little bit. If I had to rate visuals, I'd probably still rate it a 9, but there were sometimes I was like, what? So it was probably glitches. But that's just how I am with that. If I had to rate God of War, though, like I said, 7.5. But when it comes to Spider-Man, I would rate it a solid 8. These are both games that when I played quite a bit, but I didn't. God of War, it didn't make me want to wake up and play it every day. Spider-Man kind of did. But when it comes to Red Dead, in my opinion, it's a game I want to stream every day, game I want to play every day, You never run out of stuff to do, and this is even before the online comes out. And holy crap, here's another thing. Look at my hair. There's humidity in this game. Look at the way the storm is, and look at how my hair is puffed up a little bit. Or is that just me? That is insane. What?
Can I say something about the replay value of it?
What do you mean? What?
Okay, so after you're done playing the game, right, after you're done with the story, you can do, there's a lot of side missions.
In what?
Yeah, there's a Spider-Man.
Valkyries. I know, I'm just saying, bro. Just
oh yeah.
And also there's New Game Plus, which I think adds quite a bit, because then, you know, you keep all your skills.
Yeah, and God of War there's replay, Carlos, but I just feel like there's more. There's more in my opinion.
Spider-Man.
Yeah, there's more in Spider-Man.
Oh, yeah. Like Spider-Man, if you do everything in a few months, if you beat everything and unlocked everything, you could just come back and swing on the vines and whatnot and just beat the crap out of people just to do it, which I've done a lot with Spider-Man games. Well, fine. Let's rate replay value. Good, great, or okay on God of War Mighty One.
Replay value?
Yeah.
Is it okay if I give it like a number value?
Sure.
So I can't really just replay value. I would give it a solid 6.5. Because yes, there is replay value, but I can agree with what you're saying, Pepsi. There is replay value, but you could probably do it all in like
less than a week if you're dedicated.
Yeah, if that's like the only game you're playing, then yeah, in like less than a week. But like in Spider-Man and stuff, there is more replay value. Which yes, in God of War there is New Game Plus, which honestly that's what I'm gonna be doing soon, because I haven't done it yet. That's what I'm gonna be doing. And that's the same thing with Spider-Man too. There also is New Game Plus for Spider-Man.
Wait, New Game Plus? What's that? I feel stupid.
Basically, what it is you replay like the entire game. So you start out with you have to liberate everything and stuff, but like you have everything like full. Like you have like all your gear, all your gadgets and stuff. Like enemies are harder.
You keep all your like things that you level up. Like you keep your same levels on everything. You replay the story. And,
just the enemies are harder and it's more
world.
Challenging.
Yeah, and you can upgrade the difficulty.
God of War and Spider-Man have that. Which I haven't played Spider-Man's, but I have done a little. Well, I'm going to be doing a bit of God of Wars. So I want to know how that New Game Plus would differ between those two games, but I can see what you're saying, Pepsi, about. I agree that too. I think Spider-Man has a bit more replay value than God of War.
Oh yeah.
But then if we're being overall, Red Dead has the most, especially with. I haven't even played Red Dead, but just from looking at it, it seems like there's so much to do, and yeah, like you were saying, online's not even out yet.
I think even if you took online away, it would still have plenty of replay value. Yeah. Okay, so
I also
go ahead.
I also feel like with especially with Red Dead, where you can like pick to be either good or bad and like do different stuff. And, like in like the trailers, they made it like not the trailers, but like gameplay like Rockstar saying things. Kind of sounds like there's like a lot of the decisions you do matter, and I feel like that gives it a lot of replay value, especially.
I forgot how to do Deadeye in this game. Well, if I had to go with visuals on Red Dead, I'd say incredible. I like the visuals in this probably better than anything I've played this year, except God of War. Like if I had to rate it by a number, I'd rate God of War a 10, and I'd put this at a 9.9.
See, that's what I did for me, because I feel like if I had to rate graphics like all between the games, I would give Spider-Man top, then Red Dead, then God of War. Like I think Spider-Man looks the best out of all the games. Like it looks the most like polished.
Yeah, I got you.
Red Dead is really realistic, but personally I don't think it looks the best. I think it looks good, don't get me wrong, but out of those three games, I don't think it looks the best out of them.
Well, Okay, so now here's the question. Out of these 3 games, or out of all games that have happened in this year, what do you feel is Game of the Year, Mighty One? Am I heard?
Mighty One.
Oh, sorry, what? I was distracted.
Distraction. Out of these these 3 games, or any games that have come out this year, what do you feel deserves Game of the Year?
Personally, I think God of War does. It's between. I can't really decide, but personally, I think God of War.
Yeah. Carlos, what do you feel out of these 3, or any that have come out this year, is Game of the Year?
Okay, I only played God of War of the 3 games I'm talking about, but I feel like I'm gonna like Red Dead the most. I feel like it probably deserves Game of the Year, just by like watching videos on it, you know, knowing a lot of stuff about it. It seems amazing.
Chozo.
Can it be games that are coming out next month?
Yes.
Only if you've really played. If it's already out, it's had
gonna be
already
out
been
in a
out.
few, it's
What
gonna
is
be
it?
out next week. I mean next month.
What is it?
I'd rather reveal it if you say yes.
Yes, I guess.
Super Smash Bros. Ultimate.
You think, okay, well, to each their own. If you think that's better than Spider-Man and Red Dead and everything and deserves the Game of the Year.
I'm just a Nintendo fan, so.
Well, what do you think deserves Game of the Year on PS4 is what I should say.
What do you
Spider-Man.
think of these 3 games? Okay.
Spider-Man.
Well,
not just these 3,
really
any
I haven't really had a chance to play many of the games for quite a while. As long as I have for Spider-Man. And I can't really give a really good opinion on games like God of War or Red Dead because I haven't really played them. So I'm gonna go off the game that I have played, and I really like Spider-Man. Whenever I hop on, I always have a good time with it.
So you're saying when you hop on Spider-Man, he gives you a good time. Okay, so that's your analysis. So anyway.
Okay, get your head out of the gutter.
I like my head in the gutter, so does my girl. Anyway, I'm gonna have to go with Red Dead. I didn't mean it like that, but okay. I'm gonna have to go with, I don't even know where the heck I am, so the gameplay y'all are watching, I don't even know how I'm gonna get back. Don't have my horse, I'm just running in the wilderness, probably miles away.
Go the exact opposite direction that you came.
I've been ziggity-zagging a lot. So anyway,
Didn't ziggity-zag in the opposite direction that you ziggity-zagged before.
Exactly. So anyway,
Logic with Chozo.
Yeah. So if I had to say, I'd have to go with Red Dead myself. And that's without online. But I think we can all agree that if they gave us the DLC before the end of the year of like an undead like they did with the first one, I think all of us would agree that probably Red Dead's should be Game of the Year. And how about this for a plot twist? Something I've been thinking about. What if they did an online undead Red Dead and had separate servers? Now I don't know if they could do that. Maybe this sounds stupid, but you have normal online Red Dead 2 and then they have online Red Dead 2 undead.
That's possible.
That would make me call this Game of the Year. You know, I bought this digitally. Let me put it this way. I bought this digitally and I do not regret it. I regret buying God of War digitally. I kind of regret buying Spider-Man digitally. Would I still have bought them on disc? Hell yes, every day. I just wanted to bought them digital. But I gotta give it to God. To God. I gotta give it to Red Dead.
Give it to the Lord.
I gotta give it to Red Dead. Red Dead was incredible, and if I had to pick a game of the year, I'd probably choose Red Dead. I mean, I never even played the first one. This game has always been... I wasn't even thinking of buying this. My friend said, check this out, it'd be good. And I saw how popular it was, so I was like, this will be good for the channel. And when I was playing it, my reactions were honest. This game was just, it made me go, what the heck? You know? It's like Skyrim in the West, GTA in the West. It's insane.
Only in GTA, you have a flying car.
And
I thought you were gonna say in Skyrim you have a flying car. I was about to say, what mod are you using? What mod is this?
Good one. Good one.
If there was a mod in Skyrim to give me a DeLorean, I would be so freaking happy.
I think everyone would be happy with a DeLorean in any game. Like God of War, watch out, Kratos is going to fight a monster and he rides up in a DeLorean with sunglasses and is like, great Scott, I'm gonna kick your ass.
I'm gonna send you back in time.
We're sending you back to the
future.
present. Yeah. Alrighty. Well, everyone, it kind of seems, you know, we had 2 people that said God of War. We had 1 person say Spider-Man. We had me. I played all 3. And I gave my thoughts on all 3. And like I said, I got to go with Red Dead. And I'm going to go ahead and give my prediction for next year's Game of the Year, which I honestly think could possibly be either one of these 3. Days Gone. The Last of Us Part 2.
Metroid Prime 4 when it finally freaking comes out.
The Last of Us Part 2! The Last of Us Part 2! Or, what's the other one? You made me forget.
Metroid Prime 4.
That can be yours for next year. Or, Devil May Cry is a possibility for sure. But
I feel like The Last of Us hasn't been announced, so.
Wait, what?
The Last of Us hasn't been announced. The Last of Us 2.
Last of Us 2 is coming out next year.
No, they never said though. They haven't said
That's just what people predict.
But people think it probably will. And I think it kind of probably will.
I need Metroid Prime 4 to come out next year.
I think Days Gone is going to be good. What do y'all think will be the Game of the Year next year?
If The Last of Us comes out next year, it's going to be Game of the Year.
If Last of Us 2
comes out right now.
Do you remember the original?
If Metroid Prime 4 comes out, it'll be a good year for me.
The original is my favorite game.
Yeah, like, the original was Game of the Year. Game of the Year 2010, I believe, right? And for those that don't know or that haven't played the game, it is remastered and available on PlayStation 4, so definitely check it out.
Yeah, for only like $20 it's on PlayStation Hits.
It looks better than a lot of the games on PlayStation. It still looks beautiful, not saying a lot. Like, it looks better than, like, Far Cry 5 is good, but
before we leave, we're gonna see if a cactus can kill you in Red Dead.
Yeah, they can. I'm pretty sure they can.
Where'd the cactus go that I was running into? There it is. Hello, cactus.
I watched myth busting in that game. I don't like that's like I've only watched the first hour of story, and then the rest of that's just been like random shit.
It's not killing me. It's just making my freaking controller vibrate like it's trying to make me get off. I don't know. So anyway, Red Dead still finding ways to, you know, make me happy.
Yeah,
exactly. So anyway, guys.
Demonetized.
So anyway, guys, it's really up to you what you think Game of the Year is. If Spider-Man gets it, I don't think it's correct, but I'll be fine. Especially if they let us vote after the thing with Stan Lee. I guarantee you, people will vote for Spider-Man alone because it's a Marvel game that came out. But at the end, it's for you to decide, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you're new to the channel, please make love to that subscribe button as much as you want. I'd really appreciate it. Tell your friends to make love to it. It's better than Pornhub. And
we're definitely demonetized.
Definitely, you guys. Come to Pepsi's channel. There will be no ads. All right. So just an update.
Pepsi channel, ad free.
So just an update. Tomorrow will either be Battlefront or Dead by Daylight gameplay, and Friday is going to be our Frightening Fridays. So there will be about an hour or so of Friday the 13th gameplay, and then
With
Saturday. Chozo will be involved. By the way, y'all should check out his channel. He's pretty cool. Not as cool as me, but anyway, he's okay. So he's mildly adequate. So anyway.
Mildly adequate?
I'm just
How
playing.
dare you, sir?
Hey! I'm telling you what a good friend of mine told me. Oh, I just really messed up. Never mind. I don't want to piss someone off.
No, we'll see you all in the next video.
And remember, Pepsi then, Pepsi now, Pepsi forever. Y'all have a good night. God bless.